So I gave RJ my Saturn to drive home last night so we can get home. But all right, today we are continuing on with the MIATA turbo swap. I'm super excited for this. It's not, I keep saying a swap. It's not a swap, install. I don't know, let's get down to the shop and make things happen. All right, if you guys didn't watch yesterday's video, you wouldn't know that we are finally starting RJ's turbo install. Now I catch you up to speed. We basically pulled off everything we don't need on the engine anymore and stuff that's in the way. We have to remove the rust that's in the back here because the brake master must have been leaking, ruined the paint, so we're gonna get it all neutralized, paint it black, get it all set, and we can start going through all the turbo parts. So I got all the rust out of this little pocket. Well, all the deep rust. Now it's just surface rust. And at this point, it's safe enough for me to neutralize, so the rust deactivates and stops spreading, and we should be all set to paint it. So let's do some brushing and work that Picasso wrist. Good enough. All right, so first we're gonna start with the manifold and the turbo setup, all this one piece right here where all the money really happens.
What do you mean?
The money happens.
Oh! Damn!
We're gonna put the turbo on the manifold, get the lines hooked up to the turbo, and then we're gonna put the manifold on the head. Easy enough. Now, if you guys didn't see yesterday's video, we are using a full CXRACING turbo kit. This comes with every single nut and bolt we need to get this turbo inside this car and running. So with this turbo, it's completely oil cooled and lubricated. It's not there's no coolant lines that actually run through it, so all we have to worry about is our oil inlet and our oil outlet. So we're gonna put these spouts on now with the gaskets and then go from there. The manifold, I was gonna throw them on together than in the car because usually that's the way to go, but with the top mount manifold, the T3 flange that we're using right here is so accessible that I'm gonna put the manifold on first and then the turbo on the manifold. So before I put the manifold in, we actually have to put the oil feed line in that comes off of the block. Now this fitting right here, it could basically converts a port in the engine block into an AN style fitting that we could put into high pressure to the turbo. And we have to get to that crusty boy right there. So see that little nut back there? We're gonna unscrew it and then put this one in there. We're gonna put the line in first, so then we put the turbo in, it's nice and easy. And God, it's tight back here. Well, first big hiccup of the turbo swap. I broke the fitting. Iron block, aluminum fitting, too much torque, twisted it off. Now, I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm very impressed with the quality of literally everything else, this one fitting was pretty jank. I'm not very impressed by it. I wish it was a stainless fitting, but whatever. I broke it off. Luckily, I was able to get it out of the block with the easy out. Luckily, I could still get to it with the turbo in the car, so we're gonna keep going on with this and get all the turbo stuff in. What are you doing, RJ?
I'm hooking the exhaust up, so at least we have this ready for when we get the rest of the other pieces that didn't go so well today.
Okay.
It was an amazing fit.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing. Well, while Jimmy's over here getting the manifold all situated, I decided to get the rest of the cap back on. At least we'll have that ready and done, just in case we get that all tucked away before we find another fitting there. And I gotta say, this is the easiest exhaust I've ever put on. This is the ISR cap back for the MIATA. See under here, but all the hangers line up exactly where they need to be. All the bends are perfect. It's not touching nothing. Even the exhaust tip, even though it's freaking huge, fits perfect.
Can't see back here. Hold them up. Not me. It's a pain in the ass, but for usually connecting a turbo onto a manifold at the flange is really difficult. So this is good. This is doable. We're getting there. So now the turbo's on, it is time for a pretty intricate step, and that is the intercooler piping. Now, the MIATA turbo bay is a little weird. There's no nice channels or anything for the intercooler piping to come over and down. You basically have to go down and forward. Cold side on the turbo points basically like at the strut tower. So I clocked it just a little bit, basically rotated the housing, and we have just enough room now. I'm gonna keep playing with it for a while, and then when I make progress, I'll come back. But I know this intercooler sit hangs pretty low. I just saw Redneck's green Miata, and I remember that was mounted pretty low, so we'll figure it out. Intake side, nice and easy, wraps on a sway bar. This is really, really nice. I like that a lot. It's at a nice clean height. So I'm gonna throw it all together with the hose clamps. It comes with literally all the hose clamps, which is fantastic. These really add up. But before I start clamping stuff down, I'm gonna throw the blow-off valve on. Nice little purple jammy. So we're gonna, right there, nice and easy. A really cool feature again is it comes with these brackets right here for mounting the intercooler. Uses factory holes, which is really sweet. The intercooler is gonna sit on these 2 tabs right there. RJ has been trying to get the downpipe to fit for 3 hours.
Well, certainly have not. I just started. Restarted? You're the one who put it there in the first place.
I did no such thing. But okay, so intercooler kit. The intercooler is fully mounted. I mean, it's super rigid.
Wow.
Super happy with that. It's a little crooked.
You literally
I don't know. The intake side's all done. Now the hot side right here. I don't want to tighten on any of this down until we do the oil drain tomorrow because we're going to remove it anyway, so we're going to leave that just like that. So we have JPS14 out here.
What's up?
What's up? Right here.
Chillin'.
Instagram name. So JP actually came to hang, but happens to work out very, very well because my valve springs finally came in and JP will be doing my head.
I'm gonna do his head.
We're going to do it right.
So yeah, we're gonna do it right so we can romp on it all year and
there we go.
get a new start on this year. Drift event,
So JP is essentially saving my ass. He's gonna bang out the head stupid quick. Usually if I drop it off machine shop, probably take quite a long time.
Oh, if it was somebody else, yeah, probably a couple months.
Yeah. So I literally getting saved by JPS 14. So. And then once the head's done, JP's gonna come down. We're gonna throw the engines together. Once the engine's together, it'll go in the car pretty quick. So JP's taking my head where it belongs. And that's the trash. These are what have been making my life miserable for the past 3 weeks. These stupid things. Let me show you what it is. 6 sticker. All right. We have our retainers. Oh, junk. Whoa.
Valve springs.
But there he goes, my valve springs and my retainers, and this are basically what help the valve go back and forth.
Yeah. It'll basically, insurance for the valve train. So he's gonna be doing cams and high RPM, a lot of beating on it. So that's what you want to do. Just want to do valve springs, retainers, keep the valve train nice and sound. And
so JP's hooking me up and doing all of it. He has the right tool so the valves don't go flying in my face and I die.
Yeah.
So
we'll take care of that. So yeah, it's nice to work in a machine shop.
Getting to this now. Oh, look at that. You're doing great. That thing, I wish I did it before because that thing was freaking disgusting. Wow.
There's literally this one spot that's not wrinkling.
Well, RJ wrinkle blacked his booster, and it looks like ass. RJ, prep your paint next time, but it's RJ's car and he's happy with it. We're gonna throw it in. Throw this in now, get that all squared up, and go from there. This is not fun. Big boy in a little car. Much better. It's a solid 3-footer brake booster, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That beats all that rest. Another thing I want to do before we head home today is actually put the Mega Squirt in. Now I'm not hooking it up or anything, so this is Mega Squirt 2. This is basically, it's a standalone ECU that works with the factory engine harness. We can go in here, tune it as much as we want. We got the hookup at this, of course, at HP Logic, so shout out to those guys. And yeah, it's gonna plug right in. So let's get the factory ECU out, which, if I'm correct, should be underneath, like here, I think. It's dark. Yeah, under there. Ta-da, there's the ECU. So here is everything the Mega Squirt comes with. We have the ECU itself. We got a bitchin' sticker. I believe this is so we could add pinouts to the system. Don't quote me on that. This is our logging cable, so we can plug this into like a computer. And then it comes with a, very own flash drive.
Installation stuffy.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then a vacuum line, because what's really cool with Mega Squirt, and I know that Altec's like this too, is there's actually a port right here for a vacuum line. So you could basically tune these on speed density off a map sensor without actually having to add a map sensor to the system because it's built in. Saves you a couple bucks.
I like it.
Me too. Vacuum line now runs underneath the intake through the firewall, and then we got the Mega Squirt where the factory location is, and then we have the data log cable in the glove box. Easy enough. Nice. All right, guys. So we got basically everything hooked up. The exhaust is half hooked up. I got to put the wideband in it. I gotta put the wideband sensor in it. The exhausts don't line up perfectly because obviously it's two different types of exhausts. We're gonna have to mod one of them. That's not a big deal. Intercooler kit's like basically mocked up. I hooked up the vacuum lines actually, which is pretty cool. Doesn't really need an intake because we're going speed density, so I threw the filter just on the turbo itself. Now the last thing we really got to do is the oil lines. Now that's actually going to be a pretty annoying process. It's probably going to be pretty difficult, but mainly I'm going to have to be doing a lot of parts running around tomorrow because it's going to be hard to find this stuff. Well, hard-ish. I'm really upset I broke that oil fitting, and that was kind of my fault, I guess. I don't know. Turbo's in the car. That was extremely easy. Now, if you had the right, if I had the oil drain fitting and I didn't break the fitting on the block, this would basically, this could easily be done in one day, like very easily, but you guys know how it goes. Nothing ever works out the first try, but that's about it. I'm exhausted. I hope you guys liked today's video. Tomorrow, of course, we're gonna go more in depth on it, and hopefully we can get that fitting all done. JP's got my head, so we're gonna do the valve spring. So he said he'll have it done for the weekend, which is sick. Get the SR done this weekend, and we're gonna be making a lot of moves the next couple weeks. So that's about it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So as I mentioned in the last video, I have a 15% off coupon for you guys at CX Racing. It's just Jimmy O. I'll put it in the description, but I'll get you 15% off anything on the website, which is fantastic. A lot of people saying it wasn't working. It should be working. I believe you have to register for an account on CX though for it to work. So you have to make an account and then buy on that account, and then it'll work. So try that.